is visible. Yes, is it? My screen and my voice. Please confirm it once. Yeah, great. Good evening. Ankit, Abhi, Sunidhi, Aditya. All right. So here to start. Very important chapter, in fact. Circles is important because of a reason. The reason is it doesn't have any sides, or we can say it has got infinite sides, or we can say we don't know how to define the sides. So it's a weird kind of figure, right? We have done triangles, we have done quadrilaterals, and polygons, but circles, what exactly is it? We don't really know that how many sides of a triangles of a circle actually exist. Call them infinite, call them not defined. You don't really know. Okay, so before going on further, I would like you to tell some. I would like to walk you through a few important properties of circles. All right, ready for that? Hey, Yuvraj, long time. Let me just send a message across. Haven't I sent this thing, the link? Is that so? Oh no, I think I have not. No, I have sent it. Yeah, good. Okay, cool. Okay, Yuvraj, ऐसा क्या कर रहे थे? Anyways, let's start. Hey, Arship. So circle, basically, whenever we have, you know what a circle is? I don't want to tell you what is radius, what is diameter, what is secant, what is sector. All of you know that, right? Sector, if you have forgotten, this is the sector. If the center is O, let's say this is A and B. So this is the sector. If it extends an angle, subtends an angle of theta, then the length of this arc AB is given by theta upon 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. It is simple, right? So basically, this arc is nothing but a fraction of the entire circumference. Okay. Hey, Arithro, Sanchit, good evening. Okay. And if I try to calculate the area of it, this whole area, so no prize for guessing, all of us know that. पूरे circle का कुछ part, theta upon 360. Okay, cool. And why 360? Because entire angle is 360 degree. ये तो बहुत simple बातें हैं, इसमें सोचना नहीं है. Let's look at few important theorems. So I will not write the theorems, I'll just draw it and say it out loud. Okay, so if we have, let's say, a chord, and a chord is subtending angles. So here you see, there is a chord, you can say arc. Basically, this curved part is arc, and this straight, this thing line is chord. So a chord or an arc subtends equal angles equal angles on the circumference. Clear? Now it says every minor arc. Now what is minor arc? Because circle has got no starting point, end point. So minor arc is this AB. While this AB the arc here, this is major arc. So this theorem states that equal arc, the same arc, subtends an equal angle at the circumference, same minor arc, or we can say same major arc. Clear? Is that understood? Yes or no? Having said that, one more. So there is an arc, it subtends an angle, some angle on the circumference and some on the center. What exactly happens if this is theta, then angle in the center will always be 2 times theta. Clear? So all theorems are kind of interconnected. Now, if I want to rewrite this theorem, if there's a diameter, all right, this diameter, in that case, diameter is the longest chord. So it will subtend an angle of 90 degrees. Why 90? Why 90? Both these properties are almost they are same and only, right? The thing is, this arc is subtending angle of 180 degrees on the center because it is passing through the center only. Do you understand that? What I say, an arc subtends an angle that is double of the angle subtended by the same arc on the circumference, isn't it? तो यहाँ मालूम पड़ रहा है डायमीटर है, डायमीटर बिल्कुल बीचों बीच जाएगा, तो डायमीटर सेंटर पे 180 डिग्रीज मतलब खुद ही उसका पार्ट है, सबटेंड कर रहा है तो ऊपर कहीं 90 करेगा. Clear? Now, if there is a circle, and then what happens? There is an arc that subtends in some angle here. Let's say the angle is theta in the minor direction. तो इसका नीचे भी कहीं ना कहीं कुछ आएगा है ना? So this will always be 180 degree minus theta. So basically, whenever we draw a quadrilateral, in a way we can also say a different perspective that there is a quadrilateral which is drawn inside the circle, all whose vertices touch the circumference. In that case, the opposite angles are supplementary. Is that clear? And these kind of quadrilaterals are known as cyclic quadrilaterals. All of you understood? Any confusion? Anyone? I don't think so. All right. Yeah, basic theorems. Most all of you know it already, but it's just the sake of quick revision that I'm doing it. कुछ खाना बोल दो. Yes, noted, no, query, whatever. Okay, next. So there's a circle and there is a chord. Anywhere there is a chord. I'm making two chords just for making you understand that two chords, let's say, there's a center. And from the center, if I drop a perpendicular here or here, whenever I do it, what exactly happens? The perpendicular bisects the chord. Bisect means equal parts. All right, that's also clear. This is very important. Similarly, there is a circle, okay, and there is a the line that touches it at one point. This line is called the tangent. All right, and from the point of contact, if I draw the radius, it will always be at 90 degrees. This is very important. कोई भी tangent उठा लो, any tangent, it will always be 90 degrees. All right, got it? Clear, everyone? I don't think there is any doubt. People who have joined recently, we are discussing all the properties one by one. Okay, now one more. We have a circle and there's a point outside the circle. With this point, you can draw only two tangents, not more than that. You cannot draw third tangent. And whenever you draw it, let's say the tangents are px and py, they will always be equal. Clear? So through an external point, you can draw only two tangents to a circle, two tangents to a circle, and both these tangents will be equal in length. This is important. All right. One more. Let's say there's a point here, point called P, and there's one tangent which goes like this, let it be bx, and the other one is not a tangent, it goes inside the circle. So basically it's a secant, a line that is called secant. Let's say that this is A points are A and B. In this case, what happens? The square of px, is equal to the product of PA and PB. This is very, very, very important. Just note this down because sometimes you tend to forget this theorem. Note it and note and tell me note it. I'll wait for 10 seconds by default. Akshat, okay, in a while I'll do that. 10 seconds over. Now, there can also be a case in which there's a circle and there's an external point. Let's say the point is P, and both are secants. Like I had there are three different ways. If you see here, in first case, both were tangents, they're equal. Here, one is tangent, other is secant. Here, both are secant. So let's say this is P, this is A, B, and let's say this is C, D. Then PA multiplied by PB will be same as, no prices for guessing, PC multiplied by PD. यहाँ याद ये रखना है कि PD और PB है, AB और CD नहीं होगा. All right, is my volume low, Shoaib? Wait, let me check. I was talking slow actually. Didn't realize. Yeah, I have maximized the volume now. All right, is that clear? So, 10 seconds over. I hope you have noted this down. Now, another property. I'll discuss all the important properties. We have a circle like this, and this is alternate segments. So let's say there is a point, and through this point, I draw two chords anywhere, anywhere. Okay, anywhere I draw two chords, and then I join the endpoints. And then from this point itself, I draw a tangent. Okay, so essentially there were two chords, and I join the endpoint. So in a way, I have made a triangle, right? Hmm. And from this point, I draw a tangent. So what exactly happens here? This angle, let this be angle be alpha, and this angle, they will be same. This is very important. This is beta, this will be beta. And this one is, let's say, gamma, so doesn't really matter. And you see here, alpha plus beta plus gamma should be 180 degrees. That thing follows because alpha, beta, gamma are inside the triangle. And also a linear, they follow the same line. Is that clear? This is alternate segment. Alternate segment theorem. Done. This as well. All of you got it? What are the things we have done till now? So, okay, the quick recap. Area of a sector and area of a sector and length of an arc. Then one arc subtends equal angles on the circumference. An arc subtends double of the angle, whatever angle an arc subtends on the circumference, on the middle, on the center, it will subtend double of it. The diameter subtends an angle of 90 degrees on the circumference. In a cyclic quadrilateral, it is defined as the quadrilateral all whose vertices lie on the circumference. In that case, the opposite angles are always supplementary. All right. What else? The line joining the center, the shortest line joining the center and the chord is always perpendicular bisector, like in this case. Moreover, the radius always forms a 90-degree right angle with the tangents. From one point, we can have exactly two tangents which are equal in length. From one point, if there is one tangent, other secant, then this holds true. From one point, if there are two secants, then this holds true. All right. Then this is alternate segment theorem. Clear? All of you noted all of it? Tell me, be quick. Noted. That's great. There'll be more theorems coming up, but before that, let us try to solve a few questions. And with every question, there might be new theorems which we'll be discussing. All right. So here is I have 20 questions over here, which are some are PYQ, some are based on PYQ. Let's do them. And for every question, I'll be giving you exactly 1 minute because some questions will really be easy. Okay. And the difficult questions are the ones which I'll be making in front of you. So 1 minute is enough. Here we go. The first question. All right, time up. Now tell me, is 1 minute sufficient for you? I need to know, or you need more time to solve this. Here I am, Akshat. Hi. Hope you can see me now. So as I see, nobody has given the answer. Maybe there is a lag. Some people have given the answer. That's really good. Now we'll do 5 questions in quick succession. Then I will discuss these solutions. Here we go for the next one. Good evening, Ravi. शोएब 1 मिनट सफिशिएंट नहीं है चलो धीरे धीरे हो जाएगा because after this when the session gets over tomorrow when you wake up you'll find the session recording on the platform grad school platform and also a supporting quiz which will be consisting 20 questions which you will be doing for practice. All right, Shoaib and everyone else, I urge that you should solve those quizzes and also the mock platform that I have given you guys. You can just solve the area test. Keep on solving that. I think NMET exams are probably over, or maybe tomorrow they'll get over. Time up. Here we go to the next one. This one is easy. Yeah. For this show, 1 minute was sufficient, right? अरे थ्रो जल्दीबाजी में कर दिया. Okay. The next one. This one is pretty easy. I think 30 seconds are sufficient, but still I'll give you 1 minute. Okay, next one is also easy. 30 seconds for this one too. The circumference and area of a circle are numerically equal. Find the diameter of the circle. I'll count till 20 seconds more because the timer was, not properly adjusted. All right, let's do the questions quickly. First one, two concentric circles have radii 13 and 5, length of core of the outer circle that touches the inner circle. Okay, so here we had two circles, concentric. Concentric means it has got the same center. So let's say this is the center. All right, clear? Let's say this is the center. What the question says? The question says, what does it say? 13 and 5. Okay, so if this is 5, this is 13. All right. All right. Now it says, एक मिनट question कहाँ चला गया? Length of the chord of the outer circle that touches the inner circle. Okay, nice. So the chord touches the inner circle. So this is how it must be. So if I draw it like this, 13 here, then I'm getting something. What I'm getting a Pythagorean triplet. 5, 12, 13. What should be the triplet if it exists? So I give you multiple shortcuts for this. I'll just repeat it. So if you know this side, 5, take it square, it becomes 25. Now divide 25 in two parts such that they are one distant apart. So 12 and 13 will be the triplets. So 13 satisfies, that means this is going to be 12. This is 12, this whole will be 24. Depends on the theorem in which I said the radius will always. So for the inner circle, the outer chord actually acts like a tangent, isn't it? बाहर के लिए chord था, अंदर के लिए वो tangent है, isn't it? So the theorem which says radius and tangent are always at 90 degrees, we can use the Pythagorean triplets. Is that clear, everyone? Next one. The area of a circle is double where its radius is increased by r. Find the original radius. So if I assume original radius to be capital R, let's say it's capital R. Okay. So the area was pi r square. Now the radius is increased by r. So new radius is r plus r. So the new area will be this. This area is double of the previous area. All right. So I can just cancel out pi and pi from both the sides. Right. Now what do I have? I can expand this to capital R square. A plus b whole square, all of us know. R square plus 2 times r plus small r square is what we have. So sending it here, I get r square minus 2r. कुछ मिलेगा क्या इससे मुझे? R is equal to r square. I need to find the value of capital R. Okay, what can I do now? Anything that I can do? In multiple ways to solve it, right? तो मुझे R चाहिए किस तरीके से ना, और यहाँ पे देख रहा हूँ कि R स्क्वायर है, यहाँ पे एक ही बार है. So what should I do? What is the exact correct way of doing it? Anyone who will tell me that? Whenever you see something like this, what exactly needs to be done? Yeah. कुछ कर सकते हैं इसके अंदर. ये करने से हम एक प्रॉब्लम में फंस चुके हैं, ठीक है? दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच lot of us, this is the first instinct that comes to our mind, isn't it? This is going to be the first instinct. Yes or no? So what should be done? कुछ और तरीका है करने का? कोई और सिंपल वे? Can you do something? We need some kind of algebraic manipulation. right? We need to have algebraic manipulation. How to do that? Now, I'll tell you something. This is really going to help you a lot. So, if I somehow try to cancel out small r, यही मुझे करना है, या कैपिटल R कुछ एक कैंसिल आउट करना है, एक्सपैंड तो करना ही पड़ेगा. There's no other way. Do we have any other way? Here we got this. Here we have this. I can divide this whole thing by capital R. Would that help me somehow? अरे तो absolutely. Uh, can we have something like that? क्या एग्जैक्टली कर सकते हैं? मतलब ठीक है, सबको आता ही होगा, ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. ये तो बहुत छोटी सी बात है. बट क्या क्या मैं करूं कि मेरा काम बहुत जल्दी से हो जाए? पूरा मेरे को कैंसिल आउट करना है. मुझे आर को आर के फॉर्म में लिखना है, कुछ तो करना है. आई कैन डू वन थिंग. यू नो व्हाट? आई कैन डिवाइड दिस होल थिंग बाय let's say capital R square. That is how we do things algebraically, isn't it? We can do that. Can I do that? Or maybe divide this whole thing by small r square. If I do that, what do I get? Capital R upon small r ka square plus 2 times dividing by r square. So I get 2 times r upon small r plus 1. This is what I get. Do you understand that? नहीं आता, इसलिए मुझे पता था कई लोग को चीज़ नहीं आती, इसलिए मैं बता रहा हूँ. अलजेब्रा फिर से अगेन. नाउ वंस यू हैव दिस, you need to assume capital R upon small r to be x, and now you'll get a quadratic equation which is x square minus 2x minus 1 equal to 0. All right, and now you'll get the value for x, and that value of x will be ratio of capital R upon small r, and that is how we can solve it. Do you understand that? Yes or no, all of you? Clear? जब क्योंकि इस तरह की, मैंने इस पे ध्यान इतना क्यों मैं दे रहा हूँ, इतना फोकस क्यों कर रहा हूँ इस इक्वेशन पे, कि बहुत ही कॉमन इक्वेशन है, डिफरेंट जगहों पे आएगी, सिर्फ ज्योमेट्री में नहीं. इज दैट क्लियर गाइस, ऑल ऑफ यू? सो लेट्स सॉल्व फॉर x. x will be equal to, by Sridharacharya formula, 2 plus minus b square, that is 4 minus 4ac. So I'll get 8 here, whole upon 2 is what I get, right? So x will be equal to 1 plus minus root 2. That's all. 1 plus minus root 2. That's all. So this is the value of x, which was nothing but capital R upon small r. So basically we had 1 plus minus root 2. This is what we actually had with us. Is that clear? Yeah. So the value of capital R will be R times 1 plus minus root 2. अब एक बात बताओ, माइनस लूंगा तो नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. Negative is not a possibility, isn't it? Root radius is never negative. It's always positive. So we'll not reject the minus wala part, take the plus wala part. So the answer is option A. Is that clear? Is that cool? All of you got that? अंकित लास्ट तक क्या समझ नहीं आया? इस पूरे को मैंने, रुको, डिवाइड बाय स्मॉल आर स्क्वायर ये कर दिया. जब ये कर दिया, फिर मैंने कैपिटल आर बाय स्मॉल आर को एक्स मान लिया, और वही हमारा आंसर हो जाएगा. Is that clear, everyone? Now it is clear. Now Akshat is asking, why can't we just take square root? Yeah, Akshat, that's a great question. Is this clear to everyone? Now, why we can't take the square root? Or can we take the square root? Let's see. Maybe we can, maybe we cannot. Let's check this out. Okay. So, according to the question, what did we get in the end? What was the exact this thing? We had r, क्या मिला था? 2r square is equal to 2 pi r square था ना, is equal to how much? क्या हो गया था ये? डबल वन, हाँ ठीक है. r plus r का बाहर स्क्वायर है, यहाँ पाई है, पाई पाई गॉट कैंसल आउट. Alright, so we took the square root of both the sides. I get r root 2 and r plus r. That is what we get, right? So capital R, अगर इधर भेज दोगे, you get root 2 minus 1 is small r. Now this means capital R is equal to r upon root 2 minus 1. You need to rationalize because r upon root 2 minus 1 नीचे मैं चाहता हूँ कि 1 आ जाए. So I'll multiply this by root 2 plus 1 ऊपर भी और नीचे भी and I'll get the same answer. Okay, so we can do both the things. All right, Akshat. I was discussing that approach because in here तुम्हें पता है कि वो positive है इसलिए problem नहीं है. But in algebra, that was an equation which I wanted to discuss. That this is how that was the approach to solve multiple questions which are like this. Which questions are like this? Whenever you get, an equation which is in like x square is there, y square is there, and xy is also there. In that case, what we do, we divide everything by y square, and that is how we solve it. Clear? Got it? अक्षत का क्वेश्चन अच्छा था. यहाँ पे हम ऐसे ही कर लेंगे कि यहाँ में कंफर्म है कि वो हमेशा रेडियस पॉजिटिव होता है. अदरवाइज वी कुड हैव एंड दिस अप्रोच वाज आल्सो वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड एंड बेनिफिशियल. क्वेश्चन, यस आई वाज देयर. कूल. नेक्स्ट वन. Question 3. So here we have, in a circle, a chord of length 16 centimeter is at distance of 6 centimeter from the center. बहुत ही simple सा सवाल हो गया है. So chord is of 16 centimeter, and if this is the center, this is 6. This is 6, this is 8. And I told you already that this will always be a perpendicular bisector. तो 8 हो गया, तो obviously the radius is 10, 6, 8, 10, which happens to be the Pythagorean triplet. Not to worry. Pythagorean theorem लगा दो, triplet बना दो. Because this is 3, 4, 5. Triplet, this is not Pythagorean triplet actually. This is a triplet that's derived from Pythagorean triplet. In Pythagorean triplet, the the number should be co-prime. So 3, 4, 5 का double है ना, दिखाई दे रहा है साफ साफ. So we have 6, 8, and 10. Clear? Next. Yeah. Area of sector of a circle with radius 6. ये तो बहुत सिंपल है. Formula based है 60 upon 360 into pi r square is what we have. तो ये कट गया. Radius 6 है ना, तो ये 6 का square is 36. 6 pi is the answer. Option B. Nothing much here. Next, circumference and area are equal. 2 pi r is equal to pi r square. So r got cancelled. Pi can be cancelled because r can't be 0. Pi got cancelled out. So r is 2. Radius is 2. Diameter will be 4 units. Simple. Cool. Here comes the next one. Kaushik, I think you have joined today itself. So the approach is like how we are doing it for the first few minutes. I discussed all the theorems, and essentially people who are preparing for XAT have already prepared for CAT. So spending much time on theorems is basically properties is like wasting time. So give a quick recap. Then I'll give you 5 questions, and there's a timer that runs 1 minute for each question. Once it is over, 5 questions ka sprint. I solve it for you guys. Okay, and the questions, through questions, we'll be discussing some theorems also. There'll be some questions which I'll be making on the fly, on the go, and that will actually be, there'll be what do you call brain freezers. Now, let's go to the next one. The time starts. Yes, Kaushik. So I'll go on mute and I'll go invisible till this 5 minutes, till the sprint gets over. This one is a very nice question, isn't it? I'll give you 20 seconds more for this one. All right, let's try and solve these one by one. The first one, two circles of radii. हाँ, तो कोई बात नहीं, अभी हो जाएगा. So there are two circles, okay, of radii 9 and 4 that touch externally. For these kind of questions, there is a direct formula for direct common tangent. You just need to use that formula. It is square root of capital D square minus R1 minus R2 whole square. In fact, this can be derived through Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So what is this capital D? Capital D. समझते हो बात को? The sum. All right. So capital D की जगह अगर मैं sum लिख दूँ तो और better हो जाएगा. Let me write it in a better way. So it goes like this: R1 plus R2 whole square minus R1 minus R2 whole square. And that is how you find it. So 9 plus 4 is 30, 13 square. 9 minus 4 is 5, minus 5 square का square root निकालो, you get the answer. That is 12 here. Option B. Clear? 5, 12, 13 वैसे भी एक Pythagorean triplet है. All of you. Is that clear? So I want you to write this theorem. Next. P and PP are two tangents to a circle from an external point P. So this is the circle. This is a point P. PA and PB are the tangents. If angle APB is 60 degrees, this guy is 60 degrees. Let me just open my camera. All right. I think I'm visible now. This is what we have. It says the radius of circle is 5 centimeter. So basically, यहाँ से अगर मैं करूँ, this is 5. This is also 5. Find the length of OP. This is center O. So this length is what we need to find. By the way, there is one more theorem, which from a point outside the circle. If you try to, join that point with the center, this angle always gets bisected. So basically, it becomes 30 degrees, and this is already 90. So now I can look at triangle AOB. ट्राइंगल एओबी बनाने की कोशिश करूँ, फिर से बाहर बनाऊँ मैं एकदम इंडिपेंडेंटली. सो आई सी ए पे 90 डिग्रीज था. ऑलराइट, this is P. So this is how you never get confused. This is O. So AO is 5 as given to us, right? And angle APO, this angle is 30 degrees. Clear? So I discussed, yeah, this always be angle bisector. So I discussed trigonometry. 30, 60, 90 एंगल का रूल भी होता है और ट्रिग्नोमेट्री भी होती है. सो यू कैन यूज whatever you want to. I prefer trigonometry, and I've told you also how to use that. I want to find the value of OP. That is, OP is the hypotenuse and 5 is the perpendicular. So sine 30 is what we can use. Sine 30 is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, 5 upon OP. So sine 30 is how much? 1 by 2. All right, so OP will be 10 centimeters. Is that clear? All of you? Coming to the next one. A circle is inscribed in a right angle triangle. मतलब ये इन सर्कल है. तुम्हें कंफ्यूजन था अंकित इसके अंदर? देखो, इसको करने के बहुत तरीके हैं. And it says this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So one of the ways is that area of the triangle will always be r multiplied by s, where r is the in radius, which we need to find over here, and s is the semi-perimeter. All right. This is the general universal formula. But for right angle triangles, we have a quicker formula, which is R is equal to always P plus B minus H whole upon 2. So you can solve it directly. So 3 plus 4 is 7, minus 5 is 2, upon 2 is 1. We get 1 as the answer. This happens only for right angled triangles. इस बात को पहले भी बता चुका हूँ मैं कई बार, लेकिन आज फिर से बता दिया. अब कोई किसी इसको भूलेगा नहीं. Is that right? All of you got it? Okay, coming to the next one. A chord AB of a circle is produced at a point P. So basically, this is a circle. There's a point AB which was produced to a point P. So if this is AB, this point becomes P. And PT is a tangent to the circle. So let this be T, the tangent uh, to uh, uh, to circle from P. Okay, PT is 12. BP, this BP whole is 8. Length of chord AP. So I told you one thing. I told you, I told you a proper theorem for it. It's like PT square will always be equal to PA multiplied by PB. What do you need to find out? To find the length of AB. Okay, so length of AB is what we need to find out. Length of AB will be, can I say it is PB minus PA, and we can find PB and PA, right? PB तो पता ही है हमें, that is 8. So PT square, so 12 square is equal to PA into PB is 8. So 12 square upon 8 is the value of PA, right? So here I'll get 8 minus PA, जो भी निकलेगा यहाँ से क्या निकल जाएगा 116. एक मिनट, ये क्या हो गया? PB minus PA, there is some confusion, हाँ. 12 square is 144, 144, 8 oh sorry 18 आएगा. 18, what is the problem here? There is some kind of problem. PB is given as 8, huh? हाँ. अच्छा, बी इसका मतलब ये है कि बी यहाँ पे है और ए यहाँ पे है. This guy is 8, and if this is, let's say, x, then this becomes 8 plus x. Okay, the entire thing changes. Otherwise, we would have got negative value. So essentially, ये उल्टा है. A उधर है, B इधर है. Okay, so let's do it again. PT square should be equal to PB multiplied by PA. So PT square is 12 square, PB is 8, divide कर लो. This is the value of PA, that is 8 plus x. Now it makes sense. All right. So 18 आ जाएगा. 8, 18 sir, 18 minus 8 is 10. Okay, so sometimes it happens that when you draw the wrong diagram, you need to check out because it becomes invalid. Okay, so that is how I decided that A should be on the right hand side and B should be on the left hand side. Is that clear, everyone? This is an important concept, important part which can happen in the real life also, like in the real Z as well. Next one, three equal circles of radius 7 centimeter tied together by a rubber band. Okay, so this is one circle, another circle, another circle. The rubber band that ties it up. It ties it up like this. All right. We need to find out the length of the rubber band. Well, this is a nice question. How do you solve it? How do you solve it? See, what exactly happens here? Okay, I'll tell you what. यहाँ पे ना एक अगर मैं यहाँ पे let me join these things. Okay, if I join this, what exactly happens? ये बैंड क्या बना रहा है? When you make it like this band is going to make three equilateral triangle, जो कि यहाँ बन चुका है, दिखा रहा हूँ मैं. और इसमें ना जो जो एक्स्ट्रा पार्ट जो आ रहा है, that is basically the semicircle. All right, that is the semicircle. Do you understand that? Semicircle नहीं, मतलब 1/3 of a circle. So basically what happens, this rubber band will be one equilateral triangle, that's always going to happen, plus three times the 1/3 of each circle. Or that is what it is going to be. All right, clear? ठीक है, ये हमेशा होगा. This is going to be a universal rule. So the triangle, इसका r plus r 14 हो जाएगा, है ना? So 14, the perimeter of triangle is 3 into 14, side will be 14 here, plus 2 pi r, 2 pi into 14. That is what it is all going to be. Is that right? ओके, 2 पाई 14 क्यों, 2 पाई 7 है नहीं, हाँ, 2 पाई into 7, so 14 पाई हो जाएगा, सॉरी, so 42 plus 14 पाई, do we have that option? Yes, option, is that clear? So इसको ना हमेशा के लिए, this is a micro hack that you can always use. A question like this comes, will always be the perimeter that is made, which is basically made by the radii of two circles, which becomes 14, और उसके आगे जो भी है उसका 1/3 ये कवर कर रहा है 3 बार, so essentially it becomes a complete circle. So that is what we'll be doing. Is that clear, all of you? नोट डाउन कर लो इसको, कर लिया है, मैं एक बार लिखवा देता हूँ. So let's say you have this can be proven also, but you can just kind of treat it as a micro hack. If you have this, oh Akshat, okay. So what exactly happens if the radius r is given as r, then this rubber band है जो भी बाहर बन रहा है वो कैसा होगा? It will always be equal to um, 3 into 2r, which happens to be the perimeter of an equilateral triangle, plus 2 pi r, which is the circumference of one of the circles, क्योंकि वो 1/3 है ना, 1/3 into 3 हो गया. All right, is that clear, everyone? Done. This is a micro hack which I think you might be loving a lot. Coming to next one. Here we go, and the timer starts now. Okay, Akshay, no worries. You can just note this down. ठीक है, नोट कर लो इसको ना, अच्छा कहीं पे भी पॉइंट बना के. No, Arithro, it won't be generalized because only 3 circles can be can form a triangular क्रॉस सेक्शन. 4 बनाओगे तो वैसा नहीं हो पाएगा, या 5 बनाओगे तो पूरा ही वो हो जाएगा. 4 में हो जाएगा, 5 में नहीं हो पाएगा, कि 5 में पेंटागन बनाना. So it is not always generalization. I'll have to check it once. It depends on how the circles are fixed over there. But in case of 3 circles, it will always be triangle. That is why we can generalize for 3 circles. बाकी में depend करता है कि आपने क्या बनाया है, circles किस तरह रखा हुआ है. That is the case. Okay. All right. How many could you not do? Here we go. In a circle, two chords A, B, and C, D. The two chords A, B, and C, D that intersect at right angles at point E. So if this is AB, this is, let's say, CD, they're intersecting at right angles. The point is E. It says if AE is equal to 2, EB is equal to 6, and ED is equal to 3, then find the radius of the circle. All right. Now, I want to tell you something, one more theorem, which I did not tell you earlier. It's like this. So you will, whenever there are two chords that are intersecting, so AE multiplied by BE, जो point of intersection है वहां से AE into BE will be same as CE into DE. All right, this is a brilliant theorem through which we can solve a lot of things. So by this, I can get the value of CE, isn't it? So 2 multiplied by 6 upon 3 is the value of CE, which happens to be 3 2s are 6. CE becomes 4. Okay, now CE becomes 4. इसके बाद क्या करेंगे, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो एक काम करो, पहले तो नोट कर लो जो थ्योरम की तुम बना रहे थे, नोट्स थ्योरम के लिए, वहां पे नोट कर लो इस बात को। So inside a circle, if we have two chords, one is this, another is this. All right, two chords and they're perpendicular. Perpendicular. This is 90 degrees. So let's say this is O. Okay, this is A, B, and this is, let's say, C, D. Then what do you get always? AO multiplied by BO. ये O is running center of circle, ठीक है? Is equal to CO multiplied by DO. This is always gonna happen. This is one thing. The other thing is, जो बहुत ही अच्छी बात है इस तरह के इसमें, there's a micro hack. You want to find the radius. How many of you knew this? जो मैं बताने जा रहा हूँ, जिनको पता होगा समझ गए मैं क्या बताने जा रहा हूँ. So when you get this, this will always be equal to the square root of AO square plus BO square plus CO square plus DO square, okay, whole upon 4. ये इसका आंसर हो जाएगा. समझ गए? पता से क्या बोलते हैं? What is it called? RMS, root mean square value. This is important. तो RMS तुमने सुना होगा मेरे मुंह से, मैं कई बार मैंने कभी बोला था कैट वाले केस में, that AMGM inequality. Do you remember that? So here we have a correct usage of RMS value. What is RMS? Root mean square. How do we calculate that? Root mean square कैसे calculate करते हैं? अरे no worries. So रूट मीन स्क्वायर पढ़ते हैं, रूट मीन स्क्वायर, लेकिन कैलकुलेट उल्टा करते हैं. पहले करते हैं स्क्वायर, फिर निकालते हैं मीन, और फिर निकालते हैं रूट. तो बेसिकली चार चीजें हैं, चारों का स्क्वायर कर दिया. मीन क्या होता है? एवरेज. चार लोग हैं, डिवाइड बाय 4, रूट ले लिया. दिस इज आरएमएस वैल्यू. इज दैट क्लियर? If you got this, I think Anithro, this is what you were asking me in one of the questions that you sent me. So put the values and get the answer. Clear, all of you? Is that clear? आगे बढ़ते हैं. Two parallel chords are of length 10 centimeter and 24 centimeter. Distance between them is 7. Achha, by the way, those people who are watching the recording, I'm talking to you in future, from past to your future, my future to your present. So basically, you might be thinking that मैं बहुत जल्दी जल्दी सब कुछ करा रहा हूँ. उसका सिंपल ये मतलब नहीं है कि मैं हमेशा जल्दी कराता हूँ. मतलब ये है इसका, क्योंकि जैट नज़दीक है और ये एक क्विक पेस्ट कोर्स है, इसीलिए जल्दी जल्दी करा रहा हूँ. All right. 24 and 10 and distance between them is 7 centimeters. तो अगर मैं इसे ड्रॉप करता हूँ, this is 7. Okay, we need to find the radius of the circle. तो radius of circle निकालोगे तो ये भी radius है और ये भी रेडियस है, राइट? और मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली आई कैन ड्रॉप इट हियर. Also, from the center of the circle, if you drop a perpendicular, it will always be bisector. Bisect करेगा और perpendicular भी होगा, ठीक है? तो ये perpendicular bisector है, हमें मालूम पड़ चुका है, ठीक है? So keeping that in our minds, if this whole thing is, let's say, how much? ठीक है, 1024. This thing 24 ऊपर वाला है, ठीक है? So basically, I'll use yellow ink for this. This is 12. Okay, red ink for नीचे वाला. This is 5. 12 and 5. 12 and 5. You need to find the radius of the circle. अच्छा, अब यहाँ पे हम क्या कर सकते हैं? यहाँ पे हम एक चीज ना अज्यूम कर सकते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि हमें पाइथागोरियन ट्रिपलेट्स के बारे में पता है. Obviously, we can use the Pythagoras theorem, but we can use Pythagorean triplet just as in case if that holds true or not. Okay, so if this is 12, this is 5. Okay, we don't know anything else, but we know one thing for sure, that 5, 12, 13 is a Pythagorean triplet. What if 13 is the radius? I'll just assume that 13 is the radius. Now look at me carefully. This is 13, this is 13. So accordingly, this thing becomes 5, okay, and this thing becomes 12. इतना हो गया. अब हम चेक करेंगे कि ये सही है कि नहीं. कैसे? This whole is 12, this whole is 5, so 12 minus 5 should be 7. Is that the case? Yes, the question says that. So 13 is correct answer. Understood? There's a micro hack which we used because we know Pythagorean triplets by heart. Is that clear, everyone? Understood? All of you? All right. Cool. क्या अरिथ्रो पिछले का? Here, 2 square plus 6 square. 4 plus 36 is 40. 49 plus 16, 65 by 4 का square root होगा आंसर. 16.25 का square root is the answer. इसमें options गलत है. This is correct. The options are wrong. So let me write this as 16.25. वहाँ double ले लिया गया है. All right. एक ऊपर एक नीचे अंकित करोगे तो नेगेटिव में आ जाएगा. इससे मालूम पड़ जाएगा गलत लिया गया है. क्योंकि फिर रेडियस तुमने किया होगा तो नेगेटिव आ गया होगा, तो अपने आप समझ में आ जाएगा प्रॉब्लम, है ना? हाँ श्रेयस, ऑप्शन में कुछ दिक्कत है. एनीवेज, नो प्रॉब्लम. हियर वी गो. Dhareen, a circle of radius 5 centimeter passes through the point 0, 0 and 8, 0. Find the coordinates of its center in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant. Nice question. Okay. So, मुझे तो coordinate geometry बहुत प्यार है उससे. This is 0, 0. Let's say this is 8, 0. फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में मतलब यहाँ गई है. तो मैं एक बात, एक एक चीज मान लेता हूँ कि यहाँ कहीं उसका सेंटर है. ओके, एंड लेट दिस बी x, y. सो व्हाट डू वी नो? दिस इज द सेंटर. दैट मींस दिस लाइन एंड दिस लाइन मस्ट बी इक्वल, राइट? क्योंकि वो रेडियस बन जाएगा. जो सर्कल बनेगा वो कैसा बनेगा? वो कुछ ऐसा बनेगा. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस मस्ट बी रेडियस एंड रेडियस आर इक्वल, रेडियाई आर इक्वल. तो डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला लगा दो. एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट शुड बी इक्वल टू 8 माइनस एक्स का होल स्क्वायर प्लस 0 माइनस वाई का होल स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट. इससे हमें वैल्यू मिल जाएगी. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? हाँ, नेगेटिव आया ना, इसका मतलब कि गलत लिया था. श्रेयस, यू आर देयर? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, यस और नो? So this is basically a logic that we are trying to do over here. Logical है ये पूरा. We can calculate that, है ना? ठीक है, एक तरीका तो ये हो गया. सॉल्व करने का। एक तरीका और ऐसे, मतलब अगर आपके दिमाग में आ रहा हो, इसमें कुछ दिया है क्या, क्वेश्चन में कुछ गिवन है क्या? क्या गिवन था? दिस इज 5 यूनिट्स, ओके, खत्म होगी बात, दिस इज 5, nothing else. Now I want to tell you this is how you can solve it, but the other thing is that you can use the mahima of Pythagorean triplets, which has helped us for 3 questions abhi tak. 2 questions, I think there's a third or fourth one, I don't remember clearly. This is 5, this is 5, the high possibility that this must be 3, 4. Yes or no? Because 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. तो 0, 0 से है 3, 4 हो सकता है। अगर 3, 4 है तो 3, 4 8, 0 से 5 यूनिट की दूरी पे है क्या? 8 - 3 का होल स्क्वायर प्लस 0 - 4 का होल स्क्वायर, क्या ये ऐसा है? 0 - 4, ये तो नहीं हो रहा, तो 3, 4 तो नहीं है, कुछ और होगा। क्या होगा? हमें क्या और क्या मालूम पड़ सकता है? कोई बात नहीं, तो 3, 4 नहीं है। क्या पता 4, 3, ये भी हो सकता है। दोनों चीज चेक करनी पड़ेंगी, 4, 3 भी इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबिलिटी। लेट चेक दिस आउट। सो 8 - 4 का स्क्वायर प्लस 0 - 3 का स्क्वायर, हाँ आ गया, 4 स्क्वायर प्लस 3 स्क्वायर आ गया, देखो। सो इट्स नॉट 3, 4, इट्स 4, 3 एंड वी गॉट द आंसर। how is how is this is something cool, right? Okay, got that. I checked 3, 4, then I checked 4, 3. Got it? Is that clear, everyone? आगे बढ़ते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 14। Two circles intersect at A and B. यहाँ बनाता हूँ मैं। A, B, right? कौशिक, ऐसा हो जाता है, लेकिन देखो पाइथागोरस इंटरप्रेट इतने काम की चीज है ना। अच्छा, तो ये मैंने क्वेश्चन में क्या गिवन है, क्या बोल रहा है ये बोल रहा है 8 and 15 है, डिस्टेंस बिटवीन सेंटर इज 17, ठीक है। If these are the centers, this is 17, it also says, ये बताना क्या है, इसमें कॉमन कॉर्ड ए भी निकालना है ना, डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला है इसका। ए अक्षर, यस दैट्स राइट। थोड़ा लेट आया तुम्हारा कमेंट, आई थिंक तुमने पहले किया था, आया लेट। ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। तो व्हाट डू वी नो, कुछ चीज़ें हम यहाँ निकाल सकते हैं डायरेक्टली। 8 है, 15 है, ठीक है। एक काम करता हूँ, लेट मी ड्रॉ triangle like this triangle and this triangle. So in these triangles I can see one thing, this is given as 8, this is given as 15, तो ये और ये given है 17, इसका मतलब है 90 डिग्री है। यस और नो? इज दैट राइट? ठीक है ना? तो अगर मैं इसको, ये ए है, मान लो मैं इसको मान लेता हूँ एक्स एंड वाई, द सेंटर्स, देन ट्राइंगल ए एक्स वाई इज बेसिकली राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल, राइट एंगल्ड एट ए। दिस इज ए, ओके, दिस इज ए, and let's say this is x, so this becomes 8, this is y, this becomes 15, and this is 17, isn't it? ये बात तो क्लियर है। हमें ए बी के बारे में बात करनी है इस पूरे की, ठीक है। तो मुझे एक बात बताओ एवरीवन, और जो ए बी होगा वो ऐसा कुछ होगा, मतलब ए बी तो यहाँ पे, बी यहाँ पे होगा, है ना, डबल ऑफ इट। सो लेट मी से दिस पॉइंट इज, लेट्स से z, so this is z. Now I can say that 8 multiplied by 15 should be equal to 17 multiplied by a z. Yes or no? Can I say that? कैसे? एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल। सो अगर ये बेस है तो ये हाइट है, हाफ इंटू बेस इंटू हाइट। अगर मान लो ये बेस है तो ये हाइट हो जाएगी जो कि ए जेड के बराबर है। तो हाफ हाफ लिखो ना लिखो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, कट जाएगा वापस में। इज दैट क्लियर? तो ए जेड should be equal to 8 into 15 upon 17, but we want to find the value of AB, this whole. तो 2 into AZ कर दोगे, उससे हमारा आंसर आ जाएगा. क्लियर? क्या आंसर है, चेक कर लो. What do you get as the answer here? थोड़ा मेरा कैम के पीछे चला जा रहा है, तो इसलिए मैं कैमरा ऑफ रखता हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे याद नहीं था कहाँ पे लिख रहा हूँ मैं. चलो अब मैंने ऑफ कर दिया. नाउ इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? क्या मिल जाएगा? 17 है, 15 है, 16, कितना आ जाएगा यार? क्या वैल्यू आएगा इज इट इसका? बता दो मेरे को फटाफट कैलकुलेट करके. अब अगर ये 15 है, ये 15 ऑलमोस्ट पास पास 14 पॉइंट समथिंग आएगा, 14 पॉइंट समथिंग. व्हाट इज द ऑप्शन? 14 पॉइंट समथिंग, 14.4 आ जाएगा. हाँ ठीक, 14.4 इज द आंसर. इज दैट क्लियर ऑल ऑफ यू? गॉट इट? हु ऑल आर प्रेजेंट? टेल मी दी, जल्दी से अटेंडेंस लगा दो. हियर वी गो. The square of side 8 centimeter is inscribed in a circle. Four smaller circles are then inscribed in the regions between the square and larger circle. Find the radius of one such smaller circle. तो ये एक सर्कल था, इसके बीच में बना दिया इन लोगों ने एक स्क्वायर. यार ये अच्छा लग नहीं रहा है यार, इससे बन इतना गंदा डायग्राम बना है. डोंट यू वरी, आई विल डू वन थिंग. Yeah, this is the square, this is going to be the circle. All right. Wow. Ha, this makes a lot of sense. हाँ, कलर भी चेंज हो सकता है, नहीं हो रहा. Whatever, चलो समझ में आ रहा है. This is better than everything else that we have drawn till now. Okay, तो यहाँ पे छोटे छोटे सर्कल्स बना दिए गए हैं. एक ये है, एक ये है, एक ये है, और एक है ये. Right, the question says square of 8 centimeters inscribed in a circle. ठीक है. Square of side 8 centimeter. See, ठीक है, side is 8 centimeter, then its diagonal will be how much? 8 root 2. And if 8 root 2 is the diagonal, that means, and the diagonal of the square is same as diameter of this circle. So I can say the radius of the circle, the bigger circle, इसको capital R मान लेते हैं, all right, is equal to 4 root 2. छोटे वाले का मान लेते हैं small r. तो एक काम करूंगा मैं, अब मैं यहाँ से अगर if I drop a line, this again radius, this whole thing, is 4 root 2. Am I right? Do you get that? Hmm? This is 4 root 2. Now, if I assume the smaller radius to be, let's say, small r, यहीं से हमारा सारा काम हो जाएगा. Is that clear? ठीक है ना? All of you got that? So, if this is small r, then this whole is 2r, and this is half of the side of the square, that is 8 का आधा 4, right? ठीक है. So basically, what we get, 4 root 2 is nothing but 4 plus 2r. Is that clear? So 4 times root 2 minus 1 upon 2 is the value of our 2 2s are 2 times root 2 minus 1 is the final answer. Clear? All of you got that? Do we have that option? 2 times root 2 minus 1? Yes, we have that option. Option B. Clear? आगे बात समझ. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. टाइम स्टार्ट्स. तुम लोग कुछ हाँ ना नहीं बोल रहे हो, पता नहीं क्यों इतना शांत क्यों. अच्छा, लेट आया मेरे पास कमेंट. Winter is coming. Fan of GOT is here. Who are you? What's your real name? Jon Snow? अर्पित नहीं, विंटर तो यहाँ भी आ गया है यार। विंटर तो हर जगह आया हुआ है। हियर वी गो। Next. Here is the timer. All right, Kaushik. Bye bye. Take care. By the way, we'll be finishing up 20 questions ही करने हैं, 18 पे हम आ ही चुके हैं. But if you have to go, you can go. Next. Need more time for this question. So 18th वाले के लिए. Yeah, these questions are a bit difficult. That's right. I'll give you more time. Solve this one first. 30 seconds more for this one and same for the previous one. Arpit, Akshat, the previous one. These are pretty cool questions, right? Avi, you are so fast, man. The last one for the day. These last five questions were actually, ऊपर लिखा भी है हाई डिफिकल्टी। So as you saw, we leveled up with every question. Give some more time for this. All right, mark your attendance once. Who all are there? Let's try and solve the questions now. A semicircle is drawn inside a square of side 10 centimeter, like this, with diameter lying on the base. Okay, so if this is 10, this must be 5. ठीक है, तो यहाँ 5 अभी और बचा हुआ है. Now, a smaller circle is drawn tangent to the two vertical sides and the semicircle. मतलब ऐसा. Two vertical sides? ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? That's not impossible. ये क्या सवाल बना? ये होगा ना, टू वर्टिकल टू परपेंडिकुलर बोलना चाह रहा है मेरे ख्याल से. इट मस्ट बी टू परपेंडिकुलर साइड्स, isn't it? Is that the case? I think that is the case. What's the case here? कुछ इसमें प्रॉब्लम है. एडजेसेंट साइड्स होगा ना. हाँ, ये गड़बड़ लिखा हुआ, टू एडजेसेंट और टू परपेंडिकुलर साइड्स. दिस इज अदरवाइज तो बचा ही नहीं क्वेश्चन में, है ना. तो ये सारे ऑप्शन भी गलत है मेरे को लग रहा है. और इज इट करेक्ट? चलो ठीक है, यही होगा मेरे ख्याल से. सो इफ आई ड्रॉ इट हियर, देन व्हाट डू वी हैव? We know this is 10, we know this is 5. So this yellow line is basically square root of 10 square plus 5 square. That comes out to be 125, which is 5 root 5. Okay, जिसमें ये तो 5 हो गया, and this is 5 times this thing is 5, right? This is the radius. Overall 5 root 5 है. So 5 root 5 minus 5, so 5 times root 5 minus 1 is this whole. And we want to calculate the radius of this. All right. Is that clear? Is the question clear, everyone? ठीक है. तुमने अभी कैसे किया था इसको? तुमने ये माना था या तुमने कुछ और किया था? Is that cool? All of you, you got that? Now what needs to be done? इसका हम radius कैसे निकालेंगे? What is the correct way of doing it? So I'll have to just take this circle ऐसे अलग से अगर मैं देखता हूँ तो क्या मिलता है मुझे? देखो सब ध्यान से सुनना. ये है मेरे पास, है ना? Okay. Now if I assume the radius to be r, let's say r. So this thing, this red line is basically 5 times root 5 minus 1. If I assume to be r, this becomes 2r. इज इट राइट? एडिशन अज्यूम किया था, फिर ठीक है। दिस 2r, डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? मैंने स्मॉल r मान लिया जो मैं कैलकुलेट करना है। क्लियर? तो अगर मैं ऐसे यहाँ पे एक और ड्रॉप कर दूँ तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा? मुझे ये वैल्यू मिल जाएगी। डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? इसको मैं, अरे यार पूरा मिट ही गया। ये जो ग्रीन वैल्यू मिल जाएगी मेरे को, ये ग्रीन जो मैंने यहाँ पे ग्रीन बना दिया, ठीक है, ये मुझे मिल जाएगा। ऑलराइट, दिस इज स्मॉल r, दिस होल विल बी व्हाट? वी कैन कैलकुलेट दैट। ठीक है, तो 5 times √5 - 1 is this whole thing, isn't it? तो यहाँ पे मैं ड्रॉप करूँ ऐसे लाइन, तो ये जो पॉइंट है, ये जो है, दिस इज बेसिकली r√2। यस और नो? एम आई मेकिंग सेंस? मैं कैसे दिखाऊं तुम लोग को? रेड वाला जो ये वाला दिख रहा है, ये वाला लाइन, ग्रीन लाइन, दिस विल बी हाउ मच? r√2। यस और नो? वेर आई assumed r to be the radius of a smaller circle which we need to find out. क्लियर? ये r√2 हो गया, और ये पूरा जो था वो 5 times √5 - 1 था। ओके, सो कैन आई से that 5 times √5 - 1 minus r times √2 is equal to r? Yes or no? Do you understand this? Did you understand this part, all of you? Yes or no? देखो, मैं एक बार फिर से दिखाता हूँ कलर चेंज करके। जो ये ब्लू बना रहा हूँ मैं, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक, ये ब्लू वाला, दिस इज 5 times √5 - 1। ओके, अब जो मैं ग्रीन बनाऊंगा, ये दिस पार्ट दिस इज बेसिकली r times √2 बाय पाइथागोरस थ्योरम। सब्ट्रैक्ट किया तो मुझे ये मिल जाएगा, बट इज नथिंग बट r, सो वी कैन सॉल्व दिस, राइट? नाउ थिंग्स आर प्रीटी सिंपल। ओके, सो लेट्स सॉल्व दिस एंड वी विल गेट आवर आंसर। ठीक है, अच्छा सवाल था ये, काफ़ी बढ़िया था। तो सेंडिंग इट हियर, व्हाट डू आई गेट? 5 times √5 - 1 times r into √2 plus 1 is what we have. So r will be equal to 5 times √5 - 1 whole upon √2 plus 1. Rationalizing, multiply by √2 - 1 ऊपर एंड नीचे, नीचे 1 हो जाएगा तो ऊपर मिल जाएगा 5 times √5 - 1 इंटू √2 - 1। अब ऑप्शन की दिए नहीं है, तो ये जो भी आएगा, ऑप्शन जैसा भी होगा, वो हम वहाँ पे कर सकते हैं। इज दैट क्लियर, ऑल ऑफ यू? गॉट इट? ठीक, नेक्स्ट। A rectangle is inscribed as semicircle of radius r. The semicircle of radius r, इसमें rectangle को इन्होंने इंस्क्राइब किया है with one side lying in the diameter. Find the maximum possible area of the rectangle. ठीक है, मैं तुम्हें एक जादू दिखाऊं, जादू, छू मंतर। अरे मेरा कैमरा ऑन नहीं है। मैं इस क्वेश्चन को देखते मेरे दिमाग में एक जादू आया। ठीक है, वी कैन सॉल्व इट बाय algebra, we can solve it by calculus, all that stuff we can do. The people who know calculus are kind of blessed people. तो ये सवाल जो था उसमें एक सेमी सर्कल था, और उसके अंदर बोल दिया कि एक रेक्टेंगल डाल दिया गया है, इसका मैक्सिमम आपको निकालना है एरिया, ये बोला गया है ना? क्वेश्चन में बोला गया है, और रेडियस कितना दिया था? कैपिटल आर, आर के फॉर्म में ही, चलो कोई बात नहीं। मुझे एक बात बताओ, अगर मैं इसे पूरा कर दूं, इस फिगर को रेप्लिकेट कर दूं, तो एक स्क्वायर बन जाएगा। स्क्वायर क्यों बनेगा? बिकॉज फॉर ए गिवन पेरीमीटर any quadrilateral would be having maximum area when the sides are as close as possible. So basically we're talking about square. So for a given perimeter of a quadrilateral, अरे इतना जरूरत ही नहीं है, for the given perimeter, for a constant perimeter in a quadrilateral, it will always be a square. So that's all. तो इसका रेडियस r था, तो ये जो बन जाएगा, this whole this whole will be what? 2r. This is r, this is r, overall 2r. तो स्क्वायर की साइड कितनी जाएगी? 2r अपॉन √2। Am I right? Which means r√2 is the side, is the side. तो लेकिन ओरिजिनल फिगर रेक्टेंगल थी, तो ये तुम्हारा r√2 है और ये r√2 का भी हाफ है, ये वाला पार्ट. So what is the what we to find? We to find the maximum possible area. So r√2 multiplied by r√2 upon 2. So you get r square. Ha ha. How is this? Answer is r square. Do you like it? See, ये वो चीजें हैं जहाँ पे विजुअल प्रूफ्स काम आते हैं, जैसे मैं परसों बात कर रहा था. अंडरस्टूड. इफ यू अंडरस्टूड गिव मी सम लाइक्स. किसी ने लाइक ही नहीं किया सेशन को यार. इतना बढ़िया प्यारा मैंने एक तरीका बताया. ऑप्टिमाइजेशन था ना ये. नेक्स्ट. Hi, trigonometry. A circle is inscribed in a sector of circle is inscribed in a sector of a circle radius r with subtends an angle of 60 degree. तो सेक्टर ऐसा कुछ रहा होगा. दिस थिंग इज 60 डिग्रीज. इसमें एक सर्कल को इंस्क्राइब कर दिया गया है. मान लो ये रहा वो सर्कल. रेडियस ऑफ द इंस्क्राइब्ड सर्कल वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट. कैसे करेंगे? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स ड्रॉप द रेडियस बड़े वाले का. जी पूरा आर हो गया. राइट. ऐसा ही है ना? हाँ. You know what? There is a universal proven rule for this. This angle will be theta 30 degrees. This one. इसी से हमें मिल जाएगा. यहाँ पे रेडियस को ड्रॉप कर दो, एक ये टेंजेंट होगा तो 90 डिग्रीज है. इसी से आंसर मिल जाएगा हमें. It's a proven rule. Whenever you have something like this, it's always r by 3. You can just do the trigonometry and get it. ठीक है. This is always gonna happen. r by 3 is correct. नोट कर लो इसको, एक यूनिवर्सल रूल है. समझ में आया नहीं आया? अगर this is r, this will be r minus r. So sine 30, 1 by 2 is r upon r minus r. Now you can solve it, you'll get r by 3. Is that clear everyone? I just made a triangle out of it. यूनिवर्सल रूल जो था उसको मैंने बता दिया कैसे, प्रूव भी कर दिया. दिस होल थिंग वाज r और ये स्मॉल r है, तो r माइनस r हो गया साइन 30. परपेंडिकुलर अपॉन हाइपोटेन्यूज. ओके. श्रेयस अब समझ में आ गया. सॉल्व कर लो, r by 3 मिल जाएगा. yes श्रेयस. नेक्स्ट. In a circle with center O and radius r, a chord AB subtends an angle of 120 degrees. मान लो ये chord है AB, it is subtending an angle of 120 degrees. मतलब बेसिकली ये 60 है. पहले ही मैंने ड्रॉप कर दिया परपेंडिकुलर, है ना. लाइफ एकदम सिंपल रखनी है. डिस्टेंस ऑफ इन सेंटर ऑफ ट्राइंगल AOB फ्रॉम द सेंटर O. ठीक है. इन सेंटर होता क्या है? तो मैं काम करता हूँ, मैं एक अलग से बना लेता हूँ इसको ना, यहाँ पे ऐसे करके. इन रेडियस जो भी बनेगा, है ना, उसका सेंटर हमें ये देखना है. तो हमें फाइंड करना है ये वाला डिस्टेंस. इज दैट क्लियर? द क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू, इजंट इट? इन सेंटर एक्चुअली होता क्या है? पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ व्हाट? पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ व्हाट? ओके सी. This thing is capital R, this thing is capital R. So if I drop it like this, I'll get this length, right? ये 60 है, ये 30 डिग्री है. You can use sin 30. Sin 30 इससे मिल जाएगा. Sin 30 will be what? Sin 30 will be this. अगर मैं h मार लूँ height, h upon this thing, isn't it? Sin 30 नहीं, upon this thing r. This is what I get. So h will be r sin 30. So h will be r by 2. This thing is r by 2. All right. What else do we know? ये r by 2 हो गया. हमें बताना क्या है? और ये कितना है? ये इसका इन रेडियस है. अगर मैं इसे स्मॉल r मान लूँ तो मुझे निकालना है r by 2 minus small r. Is that right? We can do the same thing that which we are using earlier. थोड़ी देर पहले हमने ऐसे क्वेश्चंस बहुत सारे किए जहाँ पे इस तरीके से सर्कल कहीं कॉर्नर में फंस जाता है और हम उसका निकाल लेते हैं, है ना? तो मुझे एक बात बताओ सब लोग, जो r by 2 minus r है वो एग्जैक्टली होगा क्या? नाउ इफ आई ड्रॉप another perpendicular over here like this is small r. Okay, this is how we'll be able to solve it. This is already 60 degrees. Is it visible? So this is small r and this thing is this which you need to find out. तो ये बन जाएगा, अगर ये हाइपोटेन्यूज है, so sin 60 degrees must be equal to small r upon this r by 2 minus r. मुझे फाइंड आउट करना है भाई, फाइंड आउट करना भी है मेरे को, बस बात ही खत्म हो गई, है ना? So r upon sin 60 is root 3 by 2, 2 by root 3. Clear? All of you got that? क्या मिल जाएगा मुझे? r by 2 minus r is equal, sin 60 is root 3 by 2 is equal to 2r by root 3. That is what we found out. Now the question is talking in terms of the options are in terms of capital R, not in terms of small r. तो मुझे यहाँ पे कुछ मैनिपुलेशन करना पड़ेगा ताकि ये कैपिटल R के टर्म्स में आ जाए, ठीक है ना? तभी आंसर आ पाएगा. तो आ ही जाएगा वो तो. Algebraically we can solve this. So what do I get? I get r by 2 is equal to 2r by root 3 plus small r. This is how I can find the value of capital R. Okay, do you understand that? So r will be कितना हो जाएगा? 2r root 3 भी है ना इसमें, r 2 plus root 3 times upon root 3. This is what we have. That is the value of capital R. ठीक है? स्मॉल r क्या बन जाएगा? 3r upon 2 plus root 3. ठीक है, अब फाइंड आउट कर लो. So you need to find out this value r by 2 minus r. You have स्मॉल r के टर्म्स में आ गया है, तो आंसर इज r by 2 minus this thing 3r upon 2 plus root 3. Take the LCM and solve it. So 4 plus 2 root 3 आगे, ठीक कर लोगे ना सॉल्व? समझ में आई है कि क्या करना है ना? रैशनलाइजेशन एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. इन द एंड द आंसर दैट यू गेट इज 2 plus root 3. दिख रहा है 2 minus root 3 के फॉर्म में कुछ होना चाहिए आंसर. ऑप्शन डी, दिस इज करेक्ट. Alright. From my what do you say, experience, मुझे मालूम पड़ जाता है कि कौन सा रैशनल इरेशनल सर्ड आंसर आएगा. और पता है मैथ, व्हेन पीपल से मैथ इज डन बाय प्रैक्टिस, तो ना ये इतने सब चीज देख के ना दिखाई दे जाता है कि ऑप्शन कौन सा सही होगा. बिकॉज इफ यू कीप ऑन डूइंग मोर एंड मोर क्वेश्चंस, दिस इज व्हाई डूइंग मोर क्वेश्चंस makes you better getting it, because you are familiar with a lot of irrational thirds, etc., which is why I focus on doing as many questions as possible. आमतौर पे मुझे खुद याद है कि 2 घंटे में मैं पहले जब क्लास लिया करता था तो मैं 12 से 15 सवाल करता था एट मैक्स. आमतौर पे लोग तो 8 से 10 सवाल करते हैं. आमतौर पे कुछ लोग 6 ही करते हैं. मैं टीचर्स बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. मैंने यहाँ पे 1.5 घंटे 2 घंटे में 20 से 25 सवाल करना शुरू कर दिए हैं. You know why I'm doing it? Because this actually helps. Mathematics is all about practice. अरे थोड़ा सॉल्व करें, वो आ गया ना, सॉल्व हो जाएगा. दिस वन व्हाट इट इज. नाउ द लास्ट वन. A circle is inscribed in an equilateral triangle. A second smaller circle is inscribed in that it is tangent to two sides of triangle and the first circle. मतलब ये रहा. Find the ratio of the radius of largest circle to the smaller circle. इसको मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले प्रूव किया था. 3:1 ही होता है हमेशा. राइट, थोड़ी पहले प्रूव किया था. If I solve it again, I'll prove it again. No need to prove it again. The answer is 3:1. मतलब this not the same question but similar kind of thing we proved. तो नहीं, यहाँ पे इसमें हमें एक लर्निंग ये मिली है कि क्वेश्चंस डिफिकल्ट बनाने के बहुत तरीके हैं. उनमें से जो कुछ स्ट्रक्चर्ड तरीके हैं डिफिकल्ट बनाने के, क्या क्या करते हैं वो लोग, कॉर्नर वाले सर्कल से पूरा गेम खेल सकते हैं. ऐसा गेम आज के 3 क्वेश्चंस में हुआ है, इंक्लूडिंग दिस वन. 3 या 4 में हुआ है, राइट. सो दैट इज अ लर्निंग which I hope you got in today's session. And do you agree to this point that doing more questions in a session actually makes you grow rather than spending and wasting time in things which are not even required? Yeah, that is my way, that is my belief. And I want to, ask out openly, do you guys think, and essentially after solving for cat, उसके बाद उसके पहले भी 7-8 सवाल करने का फायदा नहीं. 15 सवाल तो कम से कम होने चाहिए 2 घंटे में. और अभी के टाइम पे तो देखो, पौने 2 घंटे में 20 सवाल कर लिए हम लोगों ने. ये मैथमेटिक्स जितना प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतनी चीजें सामने आती चली जाएंगी. इट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट. देयर इज नो denying that fact. Okay then, so that's all. Let's catch up tomorrow, and I'm going to start a series in which, जैसे पहले हम लोग कैट के पहले 5-6 घंटे क्लास कर रहे थे, वो शुरू कर देंगे 15 से. एवरी ऑल्टरनेट डे I'll be solving the entire PYQ, the entire paper, starting with 2015 to 2024. In case you want me to solve certain papers, कुछ PYQ किसी पर्टिकुलर ईयर के तुम्हें डिफिकल्ट लग रहे हैं, तो मेरे को लिस्ट भेज देना, मैं वो सॉल्व कर दूंगा. ओके, लाइव I'll be solving it. And to make you understand, so there are 75 questions. 20 जीके के हैं, बट जीके हर साल चेंज होती है, जीके नहीं करूंगा मैं. जीके का अलग से कर लेंगे. 75 क्वेश्चन मतलब ये हुआ कि इफ आई गिव यू लेट्स से ऑन एन एवरेज 1.5 मिनट्स एंड देन आई टेक, तो 5 मिनट एक सवाल पे तो जाएंगे जाएंगे अगर मैं भी सॉल्व करूँ बहुत ही क्विक फास्ट तरीके से. तो 75 × 5 is 375, विच कम्स आउट टू बी 6 घंटा 15 मिनट. 6.25 घंटे का तो होगा ही होगा, है ना. बहुत ज़्यादा है. तो बेसिकली यू गाइस कैन पिक अप सर्टेन PYQs any year. I think some people here might be doing a lot of sets overall. So give me a list. Okay. अरिथ्रो 2011 मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट PYQ. ठीक है, तो 2011 करेंगे. रवि बेसिक्स से कैसे स्ट्रॉन्ग करें? यार रवि, तुम अगले साल कैड अगर देना चाह रहे हो तो मैं एक पूरा फंडामेंटल कोर्स ही बना रहा हूँ. अभी बिल्कुल बेसिक्स से मैं करा सकता हूँ, कोई वो बड़ी बात नहीं है, बट उसका फायदा होगा नहीं कि जैट बहुत नजदीक है ना. तो बेसिक स्ट्रॉन्ग करने में ही 3 महीने लग जाते हैं. मतलब एकदम ऑनेस्टली बताऊंगा, इसमें कोई वो लाग लपेट वाली बात नहीं है कि 3 महीने तो बेसिक स्ट्रॉन्ग करने में लगते हैं, फिर 3 महीने लगते हैं मॉडरेट करने में, लास्ट 3 महीने लगते हैं कैट या जेड जो भी एग्जाम है उस लेवल पे पहुंचने में. अगर एनमैट स्नैप का एग्जाम है तो तुम वहाँ 4 से 5 महीने पहुंच सकते हो, बट कैट और जेड है तो बड़े आराम से 9 महीने लगने चाहिए, लगेंगे ही लगेंगे. 9 महीने कम से कम चाहिए, उससे टाइम हो तो और बेटर. ओके, ठीक है. ऑलराइट. गुड नाइट एवरीवन. आई विल सी यू टुमारो. बाय बाय. टेक केयर.